Hello, I'm Novelette Witt, and welcome to Morgen Talk. With more than 25 years in the lending industry and the former Vice-President of the Veteran Association of Real Estate Professionals, my next guest, Dywon Glenn, who's also a veteran himself, is the Senior Loan Officer at New American Funding. Today we talk about VA loans. Please stay tuned. Hi, Dywon. How are you?
Hello, Novelette. I am well. Thank you for inviting me to come in and discuss the VA loan product.
Well, thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure talking with you. So,
Yes.
first things first, what is a VA loan and who qualifies for it?
Well, the VA loan is a special loan that's approved or underwritten through the VA administration, whereas it's allowing the current military member or previously served military veteran that'll allow them to come in and purchase the property with zero down. And also it's a loan that allows them not to carry with it any mortgage insurance. And that helps to reduce that overall payment that which they're looking to go into.
All right. And then who will qualify for that?
Again, you have to be a veteran, a current military member. They have to have served at least 180 active days within the service. And it sort of differs with the active member to that actually reserve member, that Army Reserve, Navy Reserve, or Marine Reserve. They actually have to serve a total of 6 years that will simply accumulate up to that 180 days of service. The current military member or previously military veteran have to serve, once again, 180 days. And that's normally accumulated by basic, advanced training, and then serving 3 months active duty. 6 months of active duty. That's why they can accumulate that 180 days service.
All right. And then this only applies to the actual member and their spouse, not their offsprings or any other.
That is correct. Right? That is correct. They're not able to bring in a, let's say a non-veteran, a child, and or a sibling and so forth. So it's only designed to allow that service member or former service member to purchase that home with their spouse.
All right. And so as a home seller, what are the advantages and disadvantages of accepting a buyer that uses a VA loan?
Well, one of the great advantages is that I like to tell clients as well as real estate professionals is what I consider the new VA loan. It actually has become more streamlined, and the underwriting criteria has been so much improved from the previous VA loans. What we call reps and warrants, there are not as many as they were previously. And it simply allows for that veteran to purchase that home at such an excellent interest rate. Whatever the going rates are today, we find that the government rates, those are FHA or VA rates, tends to be the lowest in the industry at any given time. So that VA loan would definitely give that client that lower interest rate, whatever that prevailing rates are at the given time.
How can VA buyers compete in this market where you have, well, a lot of cash buyers, first of all, and then you have buyers who are bidding on the property. You have anywhere from 12 buyers or more bidding on the same property, and they're overbidding 20, 30, 50,000 or so above asking. How can a VA buyer compete in that market?
Well, we always tell the clients, the veteran, that the VA is going to do everything that they can to make sure that veteran is purchasing the property in, as we say, at the prevailing value at that time. If in fact that property goes above and beyond the, let's say, the $40,000, $50,000 asking price over, the most important thing is we want that veteran to go into that property, if you will, at its highest peak. If the property would appraise for that much over, then they're great and they will still have that 100% financing. Now, if in fact, if the client or if that property appraises slightly lower, let's say it comes in about 15,000 lower than expected, that's when that veteran have that option of saying, yes, I still want to move forward. I can come back and bring in that difference. And usually it's mainly for the to protect that veteran and making sure that they are not going over and above the median value within that particular area. VA won't allow you to purchase, if you will, or shall I say, the VA is not going to finance over and above the value of the property. So we definitely need the value to come in, even if they are winning the offer or the bid, $30,000, $40,000 over that asking price. We want to make sure that that property does in fact appraise for such.
I see, of course, the protection for the VA buyer, but then
Yes.
what motivates a seller to take a VA buyer over, say, a cash buyer or a conventional one?
Yes, good question. And this is where we stress as much as possible to where that veteran have done so much for our country. And we know that it is the onus of the actual seller to in fact sell to that veteran. This is why we always want for, as we would tell the selling agent who's representing that veteran, to give as much information over to that homeowner to let them know that they have a well-qualified person, a person that have served their country, and they're coming back and just doing the most, trying to start their family. And we want that homeowner to be very much excited for our veteran to come in and to be able to purchase that property where the price points are going above and beyond the initial asking price. There is still a point, if you will, that breaking point that VA appraisal is going to bring that value in as. If in fact, if that veteran doesn't have that difference, let's say for instance, they're $10,000 below, they have an additional $10,000 where they can pay that difference. If they can do that, then by all means, VA would not have any problems with financing that particular property.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. And what is the typical time for closing on a VA loan?
Turnaround time, I always tell, is about 30 days. We've seen on occasion for that time to be reduced, right, to sometimes 20 days. We've also seen at times where, for whatever reason, be it property issues or buyer issues, where they've gone a bit past that 30 days mark. I always say on average, 30 days is the norm. We have seen at times where it would take sometimes 40 days. And again, we've also seen where we're able to get a VA purchase done and closed out within 20 to 21 days. So I always say it always depends upon the completeness of that particular package. And of course, we know that there's always a time, somewhat of a lag time with the VA appraisals. Sometimes that can take a little longer, but if everybody is working toward the exact same goal, it allows us to get that property completed, that transaction completed within the allotted time period.
Anything else you could add that would shed some light on the mysteries of VA loans?
One of the biggest things that we've seen just recently, 2019, 2020, they've let Congress pass what we call the Tidewater Act, where they allowed the veteran now not to be pigeon-toed, if you will, by the value of the property, the purchase price of the property. There was previously VA loan limits, depending on the particular county that which you're living in, that would be the maximum loan amount. Well, back in 2000, I want to say 20, they've sort of revamped that. And because of the tide water, they're stating that regardless of that property value, if that veteran can in fact be approved from a debt ratio standpoint, meaning they can show that they can afford that property. Let's say, for instance, that property is $1 million. If the client is in a position where they can be approved for that, their income supports that, then the VA will have no problem financing that $1 million home purchase. So let's say if it's also within a lower rung value or county limit, let's say the county limit is, let's say 477, let's say in Riverside County. If in fact they go in and purchase a property at 500,000, we would like for them to know that we can in fact finance the full 500,000 value of said property. So that's immensely such a good item, because we don't want that veteran to be, if you will, pigeon-toed by that quote unquote county limit, right? We just simply tell the clients that the VA is designed to take on that higher value and have that client approved.
Thank you again for talking with us about this and shedding some light on what a VA loan is. We especially appreciate that.
Anytime, Navalette. I'm always here to help.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.